Are you sure? Where is the excitement? Where is the excitement? Where's Tulu with the clap? Clap, clap. Clap one. Is it one clap or clap one? One clap. Just one. All right, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. All right, I see half of you are awake. Okay, thank you for being awake to join us for the masterclass. Those that are awake, those that are napping, it's important to rest. So yeah, so I'm going to start with the design thinking masterclass workshop. That is going to help you guys ensure that when you reach your final day of pitching, you are secured. All right, so let us start with an icebreaker. And I pick people because you guys don't like volunteering. So I'll see who's going to volunteer to tell us what most surprised you when you first arrived on campus. When you first arrived on campus, what surprised you the most? Yes. Where's the other mic?
What surprised me the most?
Yes. What most surprised you when you first arrived on campus?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Popape Tsepo. The first thing that surprised me when I came here at the University of Venda was the electrical billboard near the gate. The gate when you go outside. Thank you.
Right. I think that falls under digital innovation. We are innovators, right? So when would the billboards have started? When do you think digital billboards started? Anyone? It surprised him, but when do you think the digital billboard started? When do you think it was the first time? Not at Univen, just in general. Do you think it was 2000, 1995? Remember, we move with the times. Which industrial revolution are we in now? Not fifth. Still on fourth. All right. Okay, so if someone had, any of you had to move to another country, where would you move to? I need the hands up. Where would you move to? Tsepo can tell us.
Alaska.
Tell us why. What is there? What is calling you in Alaska?
I am amazed by the beautiful sky.
Guys, Tsepo is an explorer. He's an explorer. Okay. All right. What's something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it? There's a lot of things that we don't know about, right? And sometimes we want to think we know it all. So Tsepo is not going to answer this time, but I need someone to tell me what is something that you think a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it. And I'm going to go to the CSIR team to answer this one. And then I'm going to come back to a student. Can someone take, Fatu, please come take the mic, or Tsepo can take the mic to the CSIR team. Fatu's coming. So I need a student who is going to tell me, who's going to respond to that last one. I think you can try as well. Don't say no. The CSIR team is over there. She's even smiling. If students have to do it, so should the rest of us. So what's something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it? I might ask Prof to also respond to that one. Hey, Prof, putting you on the spot. And then I'm going to ask Sebastian to also respond to that one. What is something that a lot of people are missing out? Did CSIR reject? How did he miss you? How? Fatu, you don't know what the CSIR team is? CSIR 1, Prof 2, and then Civition 3. Maybe you guys might inspire the students. I will go give CSRR. CSRR is rejecting. They're losing points. You guys are losing points. We all started at 100. Univen is still at 100. Where are you? You guys are on 80.
Can you repeat what your question was?
What is something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it?
Where exactly?
It's anything that you think a lot of people are missing out on because they probably don't know about it.
The tech is so fantastic.
All right, so did you guys hear that? You're missing out on? What are they missing out on?
Technology.
Okay, because they don't know about it.
Precisely.
So you guys don't know about technology?
We're actually referring to these guys or a lot of people, as you have mentioned.
In here?
Or in here?
Yes, us. Perfect.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to this, that these guys, surely they are missing out, in terms of technology. There's a lot of things that they haven't seen.
That they don't know about, definitely. Things are evolving.
Yeah.
But they said they know about it. Did you hear? They
Not
said,
everything.
But that's what I said. I said, we don't know everything.
Yeah.
But when you responded, they said they know. Okay, Civition. So they
No,
know.
I don't believe they know. You can't say you know something that, there's a lot of things that you're missing about. So you can't say you know that. You can't tell me that you know.
Yeah.
as I made a
There's
bit of
always
technology.
something we're missing out on.
If you don't know everything, then you cannot say you know.
You don't know what you don't know. Okay, I think you should write that down. You don't know what you don't know. Don't let it confuse you. Civition. What is something a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it?
I don't know why you always do this to me, but anyway. Okay, I'll think of some strange facts. Does anyone know what the national animal of Scotland is? It's a unicorn. I'm not lying. Look it up. The national animal of Scotland is a made-up creature.
You guys are missing out on unicorns.
What are some other strange facts I know? There are more women than men in Botswana, but there are more cows than people. Strange, right? There's also more sheep than people in New Zealand. For every one person in New Zealand, there's 5 sheep. Trying to think of any other interesting facts I know. Oh, South Africa invented the creepy crawly. That's a good one. So the stuff on the bottom of the pools, that's a South African invention. Yeah, that's about it, Shomani. I'm not very interesting today. No problem.
Prof, do you want to try? Yeah. Yes. Prof is the last one for us. You don't know what you don't know, guys.
Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. How are you? Don't be too quiet, man.
They are sleeping.
Okay. I think awareness of cybersecurity is lacking among most of us. We hear about phishing, whatever, but we don't understand what exactly does it mean and the effect of it. Thank you.
A lot of us are missing out on the cybersecurity space. And those experts would let us know what is the percentage of people in cybersecurity. You would have heard it yesterday, I'm sure. Okay, so now that we have broken the ice, let's get started. What do you think design thinking is about? Anyone? Come, guys, we need to interact. All right, so you guys are here to give us something on the last day. And for us to be able to do that, you need an entrepreneurial mindset. Students, and what is an entrepreneurial mindset when we talk about individuals or students? So students who are critical thinkers, think objectively about a problem. Have you guys been analyzing data? All right, so you are entrepreneurial. And I don't know if you knew you're entrepreneurial because you're in the tech space maybe, so you're analyzing data. Do you guys think through a process? Do all of us think through a process? Sometimes some of us just, all right. But if you develop your mind so that you think through processes, you're a critical thinker. Do all of us ask questions? Are we curious? Do we let people know that we're curious? Because most of us, when we ask you to ask questions, you don't usually put your hands up. But we're hoping things will change by the time we're done with this. We consider multiple perspectives, and we use evidence to develop and support effective arguments. So you guys are going to be giving us a pitch on the last day, specified time, which means you need to be able to support the argument that you're going to put through, informing us that this is why we need this thing, correct? All right, but you need to be entrepreneurial in mind to be able to do that. You can't just be a coder. You can't just be a creative, okay? So now I'm going to pick someone wearing a green shirt or a green sweater. What are the most important things to consider when picking out a gift for a friend or a family member? And I don't know if he's listening to me. What are you wearing? A green sweater. Yeah, please. Have you bought people gifts before?
Yes, I have. First, you have to consider what they like and their personality, their hobbies, and technically what they do in their daily lives.
Okay. Let's see who else we're going to go to. I'm going to go to Madela. Yes, Madela. Caught you off guard there. What are the most important things?
I would just add on to what he said, to say that you would need to know their hobbies and what they like and what they enjoy the most and what makes them happy. It's not much about you just giving them the gift, but then making it a lasting memory to them.
So I don't know if you can hear the words echoing. Who is it about? Is it about me or is it about them? Are you guys solving solutions for yourself or are you solving solutions for a target market? Okay, so it's as if we're in the process of buying a gift, but except we're going to be selling a gift. All right, because it has to be something special. All right. So our entrepreneurial investigation, what is the goal? So by the time we're done with this, you should be able to describe the purpose of the design thinking process. So by answering those two who have answered, you've already begun. And then the guiding question would then be, what is the human-centered design thinking process? And then what are the learning outcomes? So we're going to ensure that by the time we're done here, you've got an entrepreneurial mindset, but at the same time, that pitch of yours, there has to be some sort of business management outcome from there. Because when you're selling it, you need money, right, for it. So you have to show how you would then be able to generate whatever it is that you are telling people you're going to generate. But then you need money for that. So entrepreneurial mindset means you guys right now are recognizing an opportunity. And that opportunity is in the cybersecure tech space, correct? All right. You have identified potential clients, I'm hoping. Because now you have to know who it is you're designing this thing for. All right. And then in business management, you need to be able to explain the role of business in society. You need to be able to explain what the role of your solution is in society. Also, a responsible citizen and an employer. Because this thing that you're designing is going to be a business that someone owns. Eventually, it's going to expand. It's going to be an organization, and then it's going to employ people. All right, so we're going to be creating jobs from these solutions. No entrepreneurial planning consideration, and then linking to financial considerations and cash flows. So some vocabulary in the design thinking area. How you both answered at the beginning is about empathy. So empathy, for me to be able to buy someone a gift, I have to put myself in the shoes of that person. Okay, so just because I love roses, it doesn't mean that that person loves roses. So I'll go there and I buy roses, but now you give someone something that you're not really sure that they like. So what is empathy? This now is a social skill that helps you better understand the emotions, intentions, thoughts, and you guys mentioned needs of others, so that you are in a better position to develop valuable solutions. This is adapted from Venture Blocks. Then we go into the design thinking is a human-centered design thinking. Now what is that? It's a methodology used by designers. So you guys, we've got designers in here. Maybe you might not know you're a designer. To solve complex problems and find desirable solutions. We are solutioning for clients. So that's why I said, have you thought of who it is that you're going to sell this solution to? All right. So remember now, I'm just talking about a solution. I'm not talking about a business, but a solution. A solution to someone's problem. The steps in human-centered design thinking are, we're going to empathize. You need to be able to interpret. Okay. Ideate. Ideating means we are coming up with ideas, and these ideas are the solutions. You're going to do an MVP prototype, test, and test comes with testing and evolving. Now that is adapted from IDEO and Stanford D School. So now I'm going to challenge you guys. So I don't know if the leaders are going to come and grab some papers here, because you guys are going to do some quick group things. But here is a little story that I want you guys to think about. So far, while you're reading that, you guys have been assigned challenges, or rather you chose your own challenges. You were assigned 4, but you were given the opportunity to choose one. Now, we need to think about the specific needs that the user has. It's the job ask. Then we need to use the design thinking process, the design thinking steps, to critically analyze and evaluate the user's needs. So we're going to go through some practical examples. But now you guys were given your challenges yesterday, and about 36 hours have been given to you. Are you sprinting or is it a marathon? It's really up to you. So here is story number 1. Mrs. Nkosi is a dedicated primary school teacher in the Vembe district. She has noticed that many of her students and their parents lack awareness about cybersecurity threats such as online scams, phishing, and safe internet practices. Mrs. Nkosi wants to incorporate cybersecurity education in her curriculum, but she lacks the resources and tools to do so effectively. How are we going to assist her? So remember, you guys, people come to you with problems, and then you're going to charge them, right? Charge them to give them a solution. So this is what you're going to do here. Then there's story number 2. So you guys are going to go through story number 1 and story number 2. So I hope you've captured story number 1. Now we've got a Mr. Beloy, who runs a small grocery store in a rural town here in the Vembe district. He recently started using digital payments, a digital payment system to attract more customers and improve convenience. However, he is concerned about the security of his digital transactions and the potential risk of cyber attacks. Mr. Beloy has limited knowledge of cybersecurity, and I think most of us had little knowledge when we started, but we've gained some knowledge, and needs a reliable solution to protect his business. So already we've raised cybersecurity awareness here for some of us who didn't know about it, and what we've been engaging on in the past few hours has, elevated some of us. So that is someone we need to solution for. So what are the design thinking steps? Who can tell me what design thinking step number 1 is? What prizes are we giving? I'm not sure, but design thinking step number 1? Yes. Empathy. Guys, please note the ones putting their hands up. All right, Tulu's there. Okay, are you a leader over there? Hey, but you're leading. You gave the answer. Second step. Step number 2, someone is, yes. Okay, that is the name of what we are doing, and then there are steps that are in it. So there's 5 steps, yes. Define, yes. And I'm not sure why you guys are not quick to go to AI or whatever. I thought I would have had the answers very quickly. Yes, so we've got empathy, define, ideate, yes. Prototype, yes. You were very slow. Okay, so the 5 people, you will speak to Tulu and we'll see what we can do for you. Perfect. So, empathize, and we spoke about what empathy is. The needs of the user. Define. Okay, you need to define the problem that the user has. So have you guys been defining the problem that you think the user has for you to give them whatever solutions you've been trying to come up with? Then you ideate, you prototype, and you test. All right, so empathize. Let's go through them. Understand the needs, experience, and motivation of the users through what you've been doing. Research, there's a bit of observation and engagement. So what techniques would you use now if you had so much time? User interviews, you've got surveys, empathy maps, a bit of shadowing. Shadowing is just, you're following your mom around. What is it that she likes? What is it that she likes when she's at the shops? Okay, then you define. This means we're going to clearly articulate the problem that you want to solve. And remember, you're solving whose problem are we solving? Sorry? Yours? Whose? The users. Yes. Okay. Based on the insights that you gathered during empathizing. So you mentioned that you need to know the hobbies of the person, right? I didn't get your name. What's your name? Chiridzi. Chiridzi or Bodza or Mini. Or you need to know their hobby. There's a couple of things. Okay. So can you see that knowing someone's hobby is gathering evidence? If you've got friends and you don't gather evidence, you won't know what it is that they need in the time of need, all right? So what is the technique we're going to use here? Problem statements. How might we, as a team, how might I? So it's questions, user personas, and some journey maps. Then we're going to ideate, solution 4, brainstorming. Okay, generate a wide range of ideas and potential solutions through brainstorming sessions. The technique, brainstorming, a bit of mind mapping, so that's why I am organizing some of these things for you. Sketching and collaborative workshops. So you guys are now working collaboratively as a team. And then design steps, that is 3 to 5. We're gonna, no, 4 to 5, because we've done 1 to 3, sorry. Prototype, and then test. So prototyping is creating a simple, maybe a tangible representation of your idea to explore those potential solutions that you've come up with, and then gather feedback as well. So you're just gonna do, paper prototypes, if it's wireframes, if you're in design, architecture. Who's in architecture? I'm not sure, but the architects have to create models, right? Who of you guys create models within your degree? So there's no practicals that you guys do where you are modeling something, a solution. Hey, these universities, you are lacking. We need to, make some changes. So those are mock-ups and models. Then you test. You evaluate that prototype by testing them with the person, with the people, with the user to gather feedback, and then that will then give you the chance to refine your solution, because depending on, you thought that this is how it was going to be for this person. Then they gave you feedback. So you have to have questions there so that you can refine what it is that you've done. So you'll do some usability testing, feedback sessions, and a bit of iterative improvements. So now my question is, I mean, it would be key takeaways if this was, you know, a long session that we had, but have you guys ideated around your users' needs and not your own? I think that's something that you should just answer, like in your heart, and then as a team, okay? And then you would then realize that you need to use a backwards planning process for you to go, because you kind of like have to have an idea of what it is that a person needs, right? Then you go back, and then you gotta empathize, you gotta define, you gotta ideate, okay? Then you start prototyping and then giving it back to that person that you thought this is what they wanted. Then you're gonna get some feedback from this person. It's gonna be like, yo, I thought I knew everything. And then you test, you fail, you repeat, you pass, you test, okay, right. Experimenting with designs allows for positive critical feedback. So I'm not sure if you guys recognize that critical thinking and problem solving is a process of applying a higher level, you know, higher level thinking skills and transitioning that applies reasoning. There's a lot of reasoning that has to be there, because remember, you need to support your argument. You believe that this is what this is supposed to be, and you need to be able to support it. You're doing your research, okay? And then you don't know what the outcome is going to be until you prototype, and then you're going to test it. Okay, so if we do a bit of reflection in this quick masterclass, what is the purpose of design thinking? Does anyone know? You just need to put up your hand if you've got a bit of an idea, if you're going to go back and do some research on it, if you think it's something that is interesting. What is the purpose of design thinking? Yes, I have 2 hands up, so I'm going to go get a mic over there. So thank you. Oh, but that is also getting something. I like that I didn't have to walk. All right. The purpose of design thinking.
The purpose of design thinking is to create a solution for your users. And before creating the solution, you put yourself in their shoes and you ask yourself what they need and cater for their needs.
Let me cater to you, Destiny's Child. I don't know if you guys know that song.
The purpose of design thinking is to help innovators think critically, help them empathize with their users' problems, help them center the solutions that they have around the users and not around them.
Perfect, perfect. Anyone else wants to try? Oh, we've got someone over there. Fresh blood. Green blood. The greens are winning.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the greens are winning. Green, green, green. Ha, wow. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Design thinking, it is actually design based on a pattern or a sequence or a process. That's why now we have 5 steps whereby you must first know your target market. Number 2, you must know their problem. Number 3, you must gather the solutions. And when we move on the 4th step, you create a demo solution. And then when you have the demo solution, you're going to put it to test. And then from there, you can now move to the real thing.
I love it, Tulu. He's going to get something. All right, perfect. So it's important to empathize with your user. That's a bit of reflection. You should be able to explain how your group interpreted your user story and identified a problem. Then we're going to check if going through that, I don't know how much time we're going to give you, if it's left you with any unanswered questions. So remember, there's Mrs. Nkosi and there is Mr. Beloyi. And then here we go again, human-centered design thinking. Just to reiterate, a methodology used by designers to solve complex problems and find desirable solutions for clients, for users. The steps in this are empathy, so you empathize, you'll interpret, that goes with define, you'll ideate, you will prototype, you'll test, and evolve. The most important ones being what? Prototyping and testing. Prototyping and testing. That is where most of the work goes through. So you should recognize that critical thinking and problem solving is used in order to find appropriate and customer-centric solutions. Then the key takeaways is that I'm sure you guys have been going through some of this. It's frustrating to identify your users' needs, but it's very key. Because if you don't, you'll get it all wrong, and then when you try and sell it, there's no one there to buy it. All right. And then let's see if we can hop onto something quickly.
Grade students use the method to help improve the school or solve a problem that the school or the teachers might have. I sent out a Google Form survey to the whole staff to see if they had any problems that the students may be able to solve. In this video, we will take a look at 3 projects where students used empathy work, such as interviews and observations, and elicited feedback from teachers and administrators. 2 4th grade girls decided to help Ryan Prasad with his design challenge. During his visit to his office, the girls learned that Mr. Prasad needed a way to organize his desk that was full of paper, folders, and books. Through the interview, the students learned about his current organizational system, the limited amount of workspace, his specific preferences, and most importantly, about his dangerous allergy to peanuts. Miss Trin needed a footstool that she could use to place student work on higher areas of her wall. Through the interview process, 2 5th graders and a 4th grader learned that she needed a footstool that was easy to maneuver around her classroom, especially between her students' desks, as well as being safe and effective. 3 4th grade students had the task in helping improve the learning environment of the Center for Teaching and Learning, a space where teachers can come in for collaborative work, professional development sessions, and other important collaborative meetings. The students visited the center to interview Tara Verena, the Director of Teaching and Learning. She was wondering if the students could make the space more comfortable for teachers to learn, while adding that she wanted to make sure that all supplies, materials, and learning resources are easily accessible and organized. During their visit, students took pictures of how there was not a sufficient amount of room between the tables, especially in the middle of the room. Ms. Verena told them that it was difficult to get through the chairs, especially when people were sitting in them. Additionally, they saw that the office supply station took up a large amount of space against the wall. A 3rd grader and a 5th grader joined forces to tackle a problem that a teacher pointed out regarding the school's assembly. She stated that there were no assigned spots, and some grade levels were too big for certain areas. She was wondering if the students could go through the design thinking process to find a solution that will help organize the PAC to be more efficient in the use of space while keeping similar grade levels together. For their empathy work, they took their mobile devices to an assembly and captured what they observed through photographs and videos. This provided students with an archive of observational findings that they used to find valuable insights back in class. One thing that was surprising was that it took students a long time to get to class because of the traffic caused by only having one route for dismissal. 24 classes had to leave the PAC lobby through a single exit to get to their classrooms. All of our students took the information they learned in the empathize phase back to the classroom to start the brainstorming process of designing a solution to their design challenge. After the ideation process, our students start to build their prototypes and generate solutions to their design challenge. Our 4th grade girls decided to build a clean, minimalist desk organizer for Mr. Prasad that took up very little space. It stored numerous documents, folders, and supplies, and included a large image that discouraged any peanuts in the area. They created their first prototype and then shared it with Mr. Prasad. The girls used the valuable feedback that they gained from the testing phase to create the final prototype. Here's a before and after shot of his desk. The boys working on Miss Trin's footstool used a rapid prototyping technique to elicit feedback and then use the feedback to create the next iteration of the prototype. In 15 minutes, students created small footstool prototypes using classroom materials. During the testing phase, Miss Trin commented on the aspects she liked for each prototype. The students then combined their best ideas and created a new prototype using foam board. After receiving more feedback, they created their final prototype and gave it to Ms. Trin. She was amazed by the students' ability to empathize with the end user to create an awesome product. For the Center of Teaching and Learning, our 4th grade boys decided to create a container that you can place under the chair that would provide storage for school supplies, but at the same time not take up additional space and eliminate the current office supply storage area against the wall. This would allow teachers to easily access office supplies whenever needed, which would replace the supply station that takes up space in the room. As a result, the tables would now be placed further from each other, permitting teachers to easily maneuver around the room through the aisles between the tables. After receiving feedback for their first prototype, students made improvements and finally presented their final prototype to the Center for Teaching and Learning. The last team of boys and I decided to revisit the Performance Arts Center to take a look at the seating situation and also see if there were any additional exits and routes to their classrooms. We found that there were doors next to the stage that led to another route to the classrooms. Through their observations, the students devised a proposal plan that included new seating arrangements for each class, a protocol for students exiting the PAC, and the use of 2 additional exits that would potentially decrease the amount of traffic found in the lobby. The boys presented their assembly proposal to administrators, who then provided them with valuable feedback. With some tweaks by the administrator, the plan was implemented into the next assembly. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how I use design thinking with my students, please check out my book, Design Thinking in the Classroom. The link to the book is in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more education videos like this. I would like to give a special thanks to the following people for making these projects possible.
All right, so develop an interactive platform or application to raise cybersecurity awareness in local communities. Design a cybersecurity solution tailored to small businesses. Create a mobile app or web-based solution to improve digital literacy and promote safe internet practices. Develop a tool that helps users detect and prevent phishing attacks. So these are the challenges that you guys have decided to pick from. Well, you didn't decide, it was given, but you've picked from. And I'm hoping that, yeah, the session, the masterclass has given you a bit of an edge. You're going to refine some things and give us amazing, amazing solutions. Thank you. I don't know if there's any questions, but yeah. If there are, you know where to find me.
Is it on? Yeah. Oh, okay. That was very informative. I learned so much. I hope you guys learned, and also that you'll be able to apply all these things that we've learned today into your solutions. And yes, you are going to be building incredible things, but also the question is, how are you going to monetize it? How are you going to make profit from it? You know, think of that as well. Think of how are you going to make money from that? So just note it down. Whatever solution that you have, you need to make sure that it regenerates revenue. However, can we give Shumani a 3? You guys are tired now. Okay, let me not waste time. So I think you guys can continue to hack. Then we're going to have all the other master classes following up, but we don't want to take a lot of time away from you actually doing the hacking. So, yeah. So communicate from now. And also all the people that were answering questions, I just, by the show of hands, please, I want to identify you. How many are you? I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9, 10, 11? All right. Yeah. So guys, you guys can continue hacking for now. We'll communicate other things. Thank you. All the best.